Hello everyone, this is FantasyEsque and welcome back to The Sims 4 Vampire Amazon Royal Saga with the Salazar Coven. We are picking up at night with our teenagers who are about to have their customary first drinks in the presence of Queen Aphrodite Salazar. Now, previously we have had the practice of bringing them over to the Prey Garden in Forgotten Hollow for their first drinks after they turn into teenagers on their birthdays, but I kind of forgot about it for a while, and then someone reminded me in the comments that, we do that. So I decided, well, at this point, I've already aged up 2 sets of twins, might as well wait for the dragons, Catherine and Elaine, to become teenagers, and then we can have the customary first drinks all together. So thankfully, because they're so close in age, the first set and the last set are still teenagers, so we can get this done now. And I like the idea that after having their first drinks, it's kind of like the first exposure really they're supposed to have to their primal side. I mean, yes, training in the dark forms is one way to connect with your vampiric self, but you don't really tap into that primal energy until you have your first drink and exposure to the blood of your prey. So that is what we are here to do. And obviously one of the exciting things is getting everyone to change into their dark forms. The Dravagers are already in their dark forms, and before we kind of get going, I do want to talk a little bit about what happened in the movie, because that was a continuation of something I wanted to say in the previous episode, but then I stopped myself and decided not to discuss it. Essentially, it was about the Dravagers constantly being in their dark forms, and we have spoken of this many times before. We are aware, I'm pretty sure all of us, why they do this. It's part of fitting in and being something that they wish they always were, which is not an impure, it's a true vampire with, the proper eyes, the sharp, ears you don't have. They still have rounded ears in the dark forms, but it's covered by their hair, so really they look like proper vampires. And that's their reason for doing that. But in the previous episode, nobody really has been paying too much attention to them, because obviously they're training, and training is more effective, let's just say, when you are in your vampiric form, your dark form. So nobody really had an issue with that. Guinevere still looked down on them, obviously. She kind of sees it as faking it, but she didn't really make any moves or think about making moves until our evil genius Elaine. We spoke of Elaine in the previous episode, and how she is the type of evil that is going to manipulate behind the scenes, and nobody's ever going to be able to catch her because, she's a genius evil. So, she's very careful about the way she does things. And essentially what Elaine did was play cards with Guinevere in a private corner in the Commons. And she, in that conversation, slowly kind of, without Guinevere realizing, snuck in a few things about the Dravagers, constantly training. It's a shame I haven't really seen them in the normal forms since their birthdays. I really like the hair color. She's not being vicious about it, but she's putting ideas into Guinevere's head. And Guinevere is quite intelligent herself, but she's not the type of, intelligent evil sim that is able to hide her intentions. She's quite open, I feel like, about certain things to certain people. With her mother, she throws a tantrum. With the Dravagers, she quite openly dislikes them. So what Guinevere did was then go and, just like when she was a child, throw a tantrum to the queen and tell the queen that I have a problem. The Dravagers, they're constantly, and she posed it a bit differently, right? She, to make it reasonable, said that the Dravagers are always in the dark forms. It makes his princesses look lazy, and I don't think Eden should have a reputation of being lazy. That's just not good for her as heiress. And, the queen, she is not a mean person. She is nice, but she listens to people around her. She doesn't have the backbone to make her own decisions, and Guinevere takes advantage of that. And being her mother's daughter, she puts up this fuss, like the time she kicked the Dravagers out of their own chamber and gave it to the dragons. And essentially the queen said, okay, well, good point. I will speak to them and tell them to rest more, which is a nicer way of saying get back in your normal forms and stop being in your dark forms as often. And Guinevere's intention behind that, obviously, is to, again, show the difference between the dragons, the Salazars, and the Dravagers, and remind the Dravagers that you guys are impures. Stop acting like you're not. That's the whole gist of, why she's doing what she's doing. For now, though, we have the customary first drink, so nobody's saying anything to the Dravagers because, they have to be in the dark forms for the drinking anyways. But everyone is going to change into their dark forms. So let's go and do that. Where is it? Let's change into our dark forms. Okay. And you, Elaine. Okay, let's get changed. Let's get changed. And obviously the queen is probably going to be eager to see who kind of is able to drink smoothly and how well they're able to do this than the others. So we're probably going to have from oldest to youngest go first. So Lagatha is going to drink from flower 5. And here's another thing. The vampires are here and they're getting voodooed by someone. I don't know who. Actually, Lagatha and Elaine got voodooed by someone. The others are okay, so that's kind of interesting, but here she goes. Here she goes. Come on, honey. Okay. Look at her. She's taking her first drink. She's taking her first drink. And with this, she's going to become a vampiress, of course. So that went smoothly for her. And this also, you know, helps with them getting their power up. Yep, okay. She did very well. She enjoyed that quite a bit. Next up, we have Meredith. Meredith is going to come over here. And she is going to grab the sim. So, come on, let's go get a drink. I feel like Meredith gets a little bit intimidated by everyone because, you know, you have Catherine and the princesses right over there. So she's taking her time to go approach that, whereas her sister kind of went right for it. And, you know, the princesses are, like, paying special attention to her. Okay, there we go. Okay, she's doing very well, too. Even though she was a bit nervous at first, I think. But they're also, the Dravagers are getting used to being in the dark form. Like, nobody's really said anything to them. And they like that. They like the way things are. It's like they're fitting in a bit more ever since they started walking around in the dark forms more often. Okay, that is done and well. Now it is Eden's turn. Eden is going to go for this flower over here. So let's compel for a deep drink. And let's see how Eden does. Okay, Eden's taking some time as well. Come on, Eden. Everyone's watching you. You are the heiress. You need to be decisive. Okay, Eden was a little bit unsure as well. She was taking some time. Oh, look. Uh-oh, she wasn't able to. She backed out. She backed out. Eden, this isn't a good look for you, honey. You can't back out of a drink like that. She backed out, guys. She was unsure walking up. And then she, like, backed out last minute. That is not a good look, Eden. People are going to talk about this. People are going to talk about this. Okay, she's going for this. She's going for this drink now. And it took her a bit. But you know who's probably happy about this? Guinevere. Guinevere is probably looking at Eden, you know, unsuccessfully trying to get a drink, and she's probably enjoying it a lot. Why? Because this kind of just shows that Eden is not really up to par as heiress. So, okay, she's taking her drink. She's done with that. There we go. Now it is going to be Guinevere's turn. Let's see how Guinevere does. Guinevere is going to go for this flower over here. Let's see. Oh, and look at that. Look at that. She didn't even wait. She, like, got up. She had a drink next to her. She picked up prey item. She went for it. She didn't delay. She wasn't unsure about anything. She didn't back out. See what I mean, guys? A bunch of us, like, including me, are on Team Eden in terms of who should be queen next. But despite that, I have to say, I feel as though Guinevere is the more capable princess and therefore will be the more appropriate queen. I know she's evil, but look at this. Just little things like this kind of show me that she is decisive and she's aware of what she needs to do, and she's aware of, you know, her image, how she looks, And she's capable. She does things. She's never unsure of herself, which I feel like Eden is. Eden's, you know, just a little bit softer. And you know what? Because Eden is squeamish, I think she would have, and she's adventurous in her thought, I think she might have questioned why they, like the necessity of this practice maybe. And that's probably why she was a little bit unsure. And then because she's squeamish and she doesn't like things like blood and violence and, you know, any of these kind of aggressive or gory or dirty or icky things, I think she backed out. She got a little bit spooked and she backed out last minute, but then, you know, the queen was watching, everyone was watching, she had to go for it. Whereas Guinevere didn't hesitate. For her, this is the proper way to do things. It's custom, it's tradition, must be done, I will do it, no issues. And now it's Catherine's turn. So, Catherine, let's grab a drink and see how she does. Let's see. Catherine's here laughing. I am curious about what she's laughing at. And now everyone is laughing. You know what? I think they're probably looking at all these passed out flowers. And that's probably entertaining them quite a bit. Quite a bit. This is the first time as teenagers they're probably feeling a strange, you know, sense of power over other people. And it's probably addicting. Okay, she's gonna have her drink. She laughed it off and then she went for it, so, you know, she didn't really delay either, which is good. So out of everyone, Meredith delayed and Eden delayed and then backed out. Everyone else kind of went for it. Okay, excellent. She's grabbing her drink. Nice. And then we have Elaine. We have Elaine left. Okay, Elaine, let's go for your drink. Let's see. Elaine's taking... She didn't take too much time, I think. She didn't take too much time. She kind of, you know, waited just a slight bit, and then she went for her prey. She was kind of looking towards her prey to see, like, probably her orientation, where she was, and then she went right up to her. So she didn't really hesitate either, but I feel like she paused just enough to not seem too eager. Just enough. Like, I feel like as the youngest, nobody sees Elaine as a threat. Everyone considers Elaine to be, you know, the kind and quiet one, the gentle one. So, okay. Well, now that this is done, the princesses, they're going to change back into their normal forms. So is Guinevere. They're going to change back into the normal forms, and then Catherine and Elaine will follow. Right, Elaine. Okay, and now everyone's kind of watching at this point. Everyone's kind of watching the Dravages, because they've all changed, but the Dravages haven't really. And the Queen and Guinevere are probably eyeing each other across the room, thinking of the conversation they had back at the castle before they came. And so the Queen is going to walk up to the Dravages, and she's going to advise them that they should change back. She's just going to give a little bit of a subtle hint, you know. Everyone's had their drinks, they should change back. Full stop. And there is no question that it isn't a suggestion, it is an order by the Queen to change back. So, Lagatha is now going to have to return to her normal state, and so will Meredith. So there we go. There we go. Lagatha and Meredith as they're supposed to be in the normal forms. I have to say, I missed this appearance of theirs. I actually really like this appearance of theirs. They have a problem with it. I don't. But, okay, they have changed back, and I think once they do this, the Queen is just going to mention to the two of them that, you know, they've been training a bit too hard recently, and they should they should use some time to rest, rest their dark forms, is what she's going to say. And that is a clear message to the two of them, especially in the presence of Guinevere, that you don't need to be existing in your dark forms constantly. You should, like everyone else, stay in your normal forms unless it is required for something such as drinking, or a celebration like the upcoming Blood Bowl. You stick in your normal forms. Stop being in your dark forms as much. So that's kind of the queen, and really for Guinevere, we know why that is. I mean, before it was just the princesses, there was a clear difference between the royals and the nobles, but now that we have the dragons, we have true vampire nobles, she wants the Dravagers to resort to their normal forms so that they can feel inferior to their cousins, physically. So there we go. Our customary first drinks are complete, and now we're going to head back to the castle and see what everyone gets up to, because there are a few things relationship-wise they want to do. And actually, we have the royal studies, so we might work on that, because previously we didn't have teenagers, and this is like the one time when everyone focuses on a specific skill assigned to them by the scholar, Yuki. So let's see what skills Yuki has chosen for them to focus on, and then we'll get to that. Okay, we are back at the castle with our scholar, Lady Yuki Noxa, who has, after much thought, assigned the different skills she feels the teenagers should be learning according to, their future roles or potential future roles. So let's get them kind of settled into what they should be doing for the day. Now, with Lagatha, Yuki has chosen the acting skill for her to study today. And I think we can interpret that as Lagatha learning court mannerisms and just different ways for, potentially children to conduct themselves, because she's going to be the next broodmother. She's the broodmother in line. So that made sense to me, that she's learning things that she can teach the children in terms of how you conduct yourself in court, or even, how you conduct yourself as royals and nobles, and the mannerisms you're supposed to have in front of everyone and in private. That's kind of what she's learning, and that's probably why she needs to be focusing on acting per se. So let's get her to do exactly that. So let's come over here. Where'd you go? Let's go there. And let's practice our acting. Okay, so she is gonna focus in on this. Excellent. And next we have Meredith. Now Meredith is the sim who's kind of going to be competing with Elaine for the position of scholar, we're thinking. So keeping that in mind, Yuki has chosen the logic skill for Meredith. And it kind of makes sense, because if, you are potentially going to be the next scholar, then you need to know how to think logically, and be able to do that. So she is going to play some chess down here. Come on, let's go down, play some chess. Also, guys, can you let me know, do you like the dark forms of Lagatha and Meredith more, or do you prefer their normal forms? Because I think I like their normal forms more than the dark forms. I just think they look so lovely in it. But okay, she is very sad for some reason, wounded by someone. I wonder who, probably Guinevere. But she is going to be practicing her logic skill. Next we have our heiress, Eden. And the skill chosen for Eden to study today is wellness. And that entirely makes sense to me, because, as future queen, she needs to have a clear mind, a settled heart, and also she has to look after, her own well-being to be able to function properly as a monarch. So she is going to come here and practice some yoga. So come on, let's go that way. Yep, let's go back that way. And we're gonna practice some yoga, Guinevere. I mean, sorry, Eden. Eden. My bad, Eden. It's just Guinevere is always doing stuff, you know? So she's on the forefront of my mind. But okay, we have Saphira over here. You can practice your yoga. Excellent. So she is doing her thing. Now for Guinevere, the skill chosen by her for Yuki to practice today is the pipe organ skill. And Guinevere is the princess who, at this stage, everyone thinks is going to become the next champion. But I think Yuki feels as though if Guinevere in the future is going to serve as the queen's aide, you know, her sister's aide, then an entertainment skill is probably going to be useful for her. And also, I think she knows that Guinevere has an aptitude for music, so that's why she wants her to practice the pipe organ skill, and Guinevere is probably going to be the one who enjoys this more than, like, she's probably going to be enjoying her task more than anyone else, because she actually does, like, she is a music lover. So there we go. She is going to do that. And then let's go to Catherine. So the skill chosen for Catherine is logic as well. So she's got the same one as Meredith. And she is our priestess in line. So it does make sense to me that, you know, if you're a priestess, then you're going to have to learn, like, you know, the methodology for the different rituals you have, the reasonings behind the rituals. And also, you need to be able to think of the prophecies in a logical manner if you're going to interpret them in any way, you know, the signs that the children of the next generation are going to be getting. So she's actually going to join the chess game with Meredith, and they are going to learn that skill together. So let's head on, get this done. And look at this, Elaine's listening to Guinevere. I swear, I wonder if they'll become friends. I wonder. They seem to be sticking very close to each other. And lastly, we have Elaine. Now, Elaine is, like I said, along with Meredith, going to be someone who is kind of competing for the role of scholar in the next generation. So they're both kind of, at this point, looking to be Yuki's successor. So Yuki has chosen the writing skill for Elaine because that is another you know, talent you're supposed to be fostering as a scholar, to be able to record things, write things. So she needs to come up here and she needs to practice her writing. So Galaxia is going to have to step away from that, and she will have to separate from Guinevere as well to go and focus on the task that has been set for her. And that is going to be essentially what the youngsters are going to be getting up to the entirety of today until 2 a.m. The older vampiresses, I feel, are going to be very on their backside about, you know, doing the stuff they need done. Okay, Lagatha, honey, you need to be practicing your skill as well. Are you heading on down? I suppose you are. She's too uncomfortable to practice. Honey, I don't know how you singed yourself, but this isn't a good look. You need to be making an effort and trying. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, while the youngsters are doing that, actually, I want the queen. Oh, but then, like, she's in a bad mood, and that doesn't make sense. Why does she need to feed? Her thirst is, like, up as can be. I guess we have to go to Yuki. Yuki is going to actually get some training from the queen, because we were talking about this beforehand. We actually want to get the abilities of, you know, the other older vampires. Like, we want them to rank up so that we have more teachers for the youngsters. Otherwise, all the pressure is kind of just on the queen and on the champion. So while the kids are busy, you know, the teenagers are busy focusing on their various skills, and I kind of like how Yuki was over here supervising them. Pretty much all the kids are down here anyways. So that was kind of fun. But yeah, everyone except Elaine is down here. Okay. There it is. See, everyone wants to listen to this, but no, you need to go back and play. So do you, Catherine. You guys need to play together. The older Sims are gonna be on your case. You have to make sure you're doing this. Okay, Eden is still doing her wellness, and you know, she's kind of being supervised by Galaxia and by Saphira. And then Elaine, she's doing well with the writing skill. She's actually feeling quite inspired because she can hear, I think, a melody of the undead even. That sounds funny. That's so funny that Guinevere is playing something with such a morbid name. But yeah, she listened to that. She's feeling inspired. So that's all fine and well. Lagatha's the only one who's having a little bit of trouble. Really, honey, really. That is not a good look for you. Okay, well, I was gonna get flippin' Galaxia to train someone, but I mean Galaxia to get trained by Saphira, but Saphira is in a very cheesed off mood, so I don't think she's gonna be wanting to do any such thing. Can she give training? She's too cheesed off, isn't she? She can't even offer any training. She's just not in the mood for it whatsoever. Yep, okay, why don't you... She's gonna go down, and she's gonna watch Guinevere's practice performance. Let's go do that. Hopefully that chills you a little bit, because she's in a very, very aggressive mood right now. She's very angry. Very angry. Okay, that's fine. Just listen to this. Just listen to this performance. And have a good time, hopefully. Have a great time. Now, Lagatha, there is like no one else that can teach you. The only other sim that can teach you is in a cranky mood. Look at these two getting along. I wonder if they'll bond over this, Lagatha and Catherine. Really, nobody can teach you right now, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think so, because you're the same rank as everyone else. The queen just recently taught someone, and yeah. Not working. Continue playing, you two. Continue playing. Let's keep playing. Let's keep playing. I'm keeping an eye on you. You're doing fine up here. How is Eden? Eden's also doing good. Look, she's by herself. She's being focused. This is good. She's being focused. And actually, Elaine is doing very well. She's being very focused. And she's a genius as well. So I feel like when she does things, she's able to do it to a very, very good degree effortlessly compared to everyone else. She just has that natural alignment. Lagatha looks so sad. Why is that the case? Why are you so sad, Lagatha? Honestly, it's because of unbalanced meals? I don't think you should be eating anyways. You don't have the, don't you have a withered stomach? I don't think you can handle eating stuff with your withered stomach, honey. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, look at Yuki. Yuki's here, supervising. That's great news. Oh, look. Saphira's in a good mood. Yuki, did you get training from the queen? I think you did. Galaxia. Grab her. Request training. Okay, Myron. I don't know who that is, but it's not a good idea. Let's get you trained up by your sister. And honestly, Guinevere, thank you so much. You're putting everyone in a good mood, and this is helping us because we need everyone to be in a good mood to get trained and do training. So let's go do this. I mean, Galaxia and Yuki are very close. Well, Galaxia is closer to ranking up. And then we will have 4 teachers, thank goodness, compared to just 3. So that'll be very good for us. Now, another thing that I am thinking of with the evil vampires, I can see them maybe hunting. Because I was thinking, you know, we have sims, like drinking is another way to get your rank up, and we do at times have sims walking around out here. So I was kind of thinking that maybe with our evil sims, they would, when it, you know, it's nighttime, they would go hunting for a drink. And I don't know how often they'd be able to find a drink and such. But I feel like they would make an attempt to go hunting. Like, we've got... See, look, we've got someone here. But also, you know, she's been practicing. She might wait. She might wait until after. I mean, she can't escape right now because you have all the adults watching and she's supposed to be practicing. It's the royal studies, but on a normal day when they don't have anything, you know, like this going on, I kind of like the idea about evil Sims going out at night and hunting. They don't rely on the potions nearly as much, or maybe even if they do, they drink regardless of thirst, because they're kind of addicted to, you know, raw blood and all of that. So I kind of like that idea for them. Okay, Lagatha is in a better mood. Where is she? She's in a better mood. Practice your acting. Get back to it, honey. Get back to it. Come on. That way. Opposite direction. Opposite, that's right. Opposite direction. Let's go and practice our acting. Right. And maybe even she's practicing, you know, how she would teach the youngsters in the future. Such and such. How she'll advise them. Okay, Meredith. We actually have a chess table here. So why don't you play chess here with Catherine? Kind of like them playing chess here because I feel like the Sims rarely do and everyone is kind of studying in the same place. But that's okay. We can spread them out just a little bit. You go into the game hall and play chess with Meredith. Let's go do that. Look at all the fireflies outside. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Looks very nice. Okay, guys. Come on. Come on. I think a change of scenery will be good for them. Change of scenery. You don't have too long until we'll be wrapped up. And then maybe we can get Elaine and Guinevere to go hunting together. Okay, there we go. You guys continue. I shall try not to disturb you. Eden is taking a bath, which is fine, but you need to go back and practice some yoga. She was doing well for a while. You know, she was focusing in. And actually, I feel like Eden's lost some weight. Am I the only one who's noticing this? I feel like she kind of has. Okay, you continue doing that. Guinevere is like, yes, oh, she likes that. She likes acting. That's good, that's good. That's going to be useful to her in other ways in the future. But yeah, Guinevere is kind of like a powerhouse. She's been just sitting here practicing non-stop. So good on her. Good on her. Okay, Catherine, we know what she's doing. Elaine is also practicing ready. It's kind of funny how the evil teenagers are the ones who are like completely and utterly focused and not getting distracted. Eden, are you done already? Eden? Let's go do some more yoga, Eden. Come on. Come on. Leave Elaine be. She's busy focusing on her own studies. You should pay attention to wellness, really. You don't want to end up like Saphira. You know, someone who just dislikes wellness and dislikes fitness. I don't think you want to end up like that. Okay. It's kind of intriguing that this is facing this direction. Is she deliberately doing that, or is it because the mat's facing that direction? I don't know, but it is interesting. That's fine. We'll let you do your thing in your little corner. Well, that is fine and well. Okay, Lagatha I feel like has been the most distracted today. The most distracted, not gonna lie. Okay, Yuki, let's go find the queen. Let's request some more training. Come on. Catherine, what are you doing? Come here, play. Meredith, play as well. I think it's just easier for everyone to play in this room because they're just drawn to Guinevere's music. Like to play chess. Right, you guys do that. Oh, are we getting our training done? Everyone's just being drawn on, like they're being drawn in by Guinevere's music. They're just completely, utterly captivated, brainwashed almost. Okay, look at Elaine. She's like at level 3 at this point. Good on you, honey. Actually, I'm now thinking, don't we have maintenance fees? We do indeed. They need to be paid. So we will focus on that as soon as Yuki has gotten just a bit more training from the queen. And let's see if Galaxia maybe can get some training from Saphira. Let's request some training from Saphira. Let's see. Okay, good. We have some mentoring going on here. Let's get some mentoring done. Saphira, stop dancing. Important stuff. Come on, mentor us, please. Mentor us, please. Yep, there we go. This is good. Okay, sweet. We're inching closer to that prime vampire state. And then, actually, I keep forgetting this, but, you know, they can do some dark meditation once they're done. And we can probably get the queen to do that as well. We can get Saphira to do her dark meditation. And we can get Galaxia to do her dark meditation. So everyone focusing on that. Okay, we have just a little bit left. Oh, you're in a good mood. Acting. Come on, practice acting. You're in a good mood. We've only got like a couple of hours left, and then we'll be done. Princess, you're not supposed to be cleaning the toilets. That is not part of your duty. Play. Catherine is doing her homework. Look at her. She is, look at her, what a good girl. She's doing her homework, but, you know, that's besides the point. You're not supposed to be doing that right now. Your study area is supposed to be logic. Where'd you even go? I don't know where she was doing her homework, but you get down, you go do that. Eden, come back up here. Let's go do a yoga routine. Guinevere is still going. Elaine still going. Nice. Okay, come on, Catherine. Come on. You've got like 1 hour left, and then you can wrap up. 1 hour, and then you can be done. Okay, there we go. Let's continue doing our little thing. And then let's see. We have Eden, she's up here. Oh, she's going. What? Identified a new type of fish. Where at? While she was writing? I mean, I suppose. Why not? Okay, excellent. You continue doing your yoga. And let's just check in on everyone else. Okay, they're doing very well. Nice. Oh, look how close Galaxia is. Look at how close she is to leveling up. Oh my goodness. She's like so flippin' close. She's so close. Yep, everyone else kind of needs a break. They can't train too much. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on these two. Actually, Guinevere, I need to be looking to see if there is anyone she can hunt out here. But also, the chances of finding someone like at night is kind of low, I feel. Like, there was someone walking around before, but I don't think anyone would be walking around at this time. So it's kind of rare to find someone at night anyways. It would be very rare to find someone. Like, I'm trying to look and I can't really see anyone here. We start getting, like, closer to town at this point. But I can't really see anyone walking around. It's, like, too late at this point, or I should say too early. Nah, too late. Too late. We need to get started earlier, like around 8, 9. We saw there was, like, a sim or two walking around, but now there isn't really anymore. Well, that's too bad, but we have the the Royal Studies is over, so all of the teenagers can kind of rest up from what they were doing. They don't have to be holed up anymore. Okay, Meredith, she's going to do some yoga. That's kind of her way of relaxing, I suppose. Lagatha wants to play chess. Aww. Okay, so they're kind of doing their own things now after a busy day training up their skills. But let's see what else we have to look forward to in the near future. So we have the Blood Bowl coming up, and if you guys don't remember, this is where our queen normally throws a celebration with a bunch of Sims, and we have like plasma fruit, and then everyone like goes out at night to hunt for drinks and such, and everyone basically stays in the dark forms throughout the celebration. So we have that to look forward to. I think it should be interesting, and it's kind of a good place to carry on, especially after the customary first drinks that we had. It's like just in time for the Blood Bowl. So I will see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.